Just careful, is that alright? They be like, ooh, let them eat cake. But we eat wings and throw them bones on the ground. A shoes near, coming out of Osun's Ujama. Kwanzaa Widianza, let's talk about it, baby.
Attention, star seeds. Attention, light workers. Attention, root workers. Attention, conjure doctors. Attention, nature-based faith practitioners. Attention, spiritualists. Attention, diviners. Attention, prophets. Attention, the spiritually eclectic. Attention for those seeking the road less traveled. This is time-sensitive cosmic information, so you might want to catch this. This is time-sensitive cosmic information that you can use in your prayers, manifestations, and other spirit works. Beam up now via this video or the audio link in this video's description box to get this on the fly esoteric wisdom. Beaming up now.
Ashe emojibatu Olodumare Bobo Egungun Ara Orun Bobo Orisha for another day to bask in the goodness of Onile's sacred earth. Every day given is very special, and here are a few details, cosmic details, pertaining to how. I'm Ayansa JT Muse, and this is your early rising or your evening settling mystic forecast. Ekule or Ekaro, depending on if you're catching this during your 9 o'clock p.m. or the 6 a. I am Ayansa J. Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, and the mojo on your one-woman radio station, 222.9, the Mothership. Internet radio for the road less traveled. And we are in the midst of Kwanzaa Widianza, which is Kwanzaa on a whole other level. We chilling on day 5 of the week. Your Venus and Neptune ruled, Osun venerated. Thank Goddess, it's Friday. And Venus is the planet that brings about abundance, so no wonder payday is on Friday, huh? Ashe. I hope everybody is enjoying their Kwanzaa or your holiday season or whatever it is you celebrate in your respective faith to give thanks to that which is greater than you, regardless of the name that you call it by. Ibashe Ojo Eti. That is the day of turbulence in the Yoruba tradition, and turbulence doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Turbulence is just a certain spurt of energy that can either push you to a higher level or drop you to a lower one. It just depends on how you maneuver your hands around the wheel. I am broadcasting live from 7 portals. My Twitter, if you aren't already, follow there. My YouTube, so if you aren't already, like, share, and subscribe so you can catch your nightly mystic forecast, your daily orbits, and other visual aspects of 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio for the road less traveled. I'm broadcasting live from 3 Facebook pages, Ayansa J Muse, 2229 The Mothership, and my Fridaily only spot, Honey Love and War Paint. Oh yeah. And of course, I have a matching Instagram with that, 2229 Fridays. And those of you that are listening, I'm also cruising the airwaves of the Mothership Internet Radio, your 24/7, 7 different music rotation, having planetary, aligned, Orisha venerating cosmic groove. And if you're listening there, you're hearing this voiceover, Shantae Moore's Way You from the 1995 motion picture soundtrack, Waiting to Exhale. Oh, it sure feels good to take in that prana. Let me run down Friday real quick so my 6 a.m. listeners ain't talking too much about yesterday. It is Oshun's Ujama, the Kwanzaa principle of cooperative economics. So throughout 2024, let's make sure that our economics are cooperating in a universal love. That means stop screwing over folks. That means make fair trade. That means create your craft in love. That means economically create win-win situations. Because, see, those of us that are star seeds that are walking highly aligned, those that are in the world but not of it, we got to do business differently than we do our, you know, the way the rest of the masses do. We're going to talk more about that later. ASU's already got a head start because this Friday ends up at a 21-3. And of course, that is a very, very strong number that resonates with ASU and Ogun because it's 7-3. So the Warriors are present with the principle of Ujama to make sure that all business trades are done in love and in order. It's the second Friday of Sea Goat season, so shout out to the Capricorn crew. I hope all of y'all are turning all the way up in your season, and those of you that are in the other 11 houses, haterade is not alkaline, so make sure that you are showing the Capricorns in your life some love because it's a serious symbolism with each and every zodiac sign, and we all carry each and every zodiac house. So as you show the Capricorns in your life some love, this is also a good time to learn about the Capricorn energy in yourself. But we're going to talk more about that after the first break. It's also the second Friday of winter solstice. Now, when you in the deep south USA where I'm at, I don't understand winter solstice because out here during winter solstice, you gotta hang your overcoat next to your sundress because you just never know. The moon is still waning tonight in my house, Leo. Hey, hey, hey. And that means find some creative ways to make your Kwanzaa principles economics cooperate. Reignite your creativity. Reignite anything that's aligned with your heart and your spine, because that's what Leo energy is all about. So, what does that mean esoterically? Grow a backbone where you were once too nice. Put some heart and put your back into what you're doing, and banish everything that keeps you from listening to your heart. Banish everything that keeps you from having a stiff, erect spine so you can walk with your head high until the next step of your destiny, because we are in the last 3 days of the Gregorian calendar new year, and we're going to talk more about that too after the break. And if you've been kicking it on 222.9 the Mothership all day today, you've been hearing the divine musical mothers of song, music from the likes of In Vogue, music from Janet Jackson, Erykah Badu, Beyonce, Jill Scott, and all the other honey-dripping vocals of the divine feminine. But when the clock strikes 12 and Oshun passes that time clock to Eshu, and that Venus and Neptune energy shifts on over into Saturn's trickiness, we got all this classic hip hop waiting for you right here on Saturday's Crossroad on 222.9 The Mothership, where for 2023 for Kwanzaa, HU brings in Nia. I'm Ionza J. Muse, and this is Radio for the Road Less Traveled, 222.9 The Mothership. Beam up.
Did you enjoy the sweet taste of the honey, love, and war paint from my sacred gourd of wisdom? Then you may want to meet. Did you enjoy the sweet taste of the honey, love, and war paint from my sacred gourd of wisdom? Then you may want to meet me at the crossroad tomorrow to make sure you do the right thing with it. You're not afraid, are you? Ashe.
That's www.poeticallymuse.org/Jesters intersection. And we're back. So, in case you're just now joining us, I'm Mayans J. Muse, the Black Madonna of the airwaves, bringing you the music, the mystics, the mojo on 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. Now, if you're enjoying the music, the mystics, the mojo, then consider becoming a supporting member of 2229 The Mothership. I got artwork, I got books, I got readings, or if you just want to sow a seed in the bucket just because, all that's possible too. Just make sure that you visit the lovely Osun care package. Or did I put the one in there for SU? And this video's description box where you can sign the email list. You really want to do that because I won't be showing all the mojo on mainstream social media. Some things you gotta come behind the curtain to get, you know what I mean? You also have some free blogs and the opportunity to beam up to the whole orbit where you can get the whole 7 day Eonza J Muse experience. Because, yes, I do actually move in an orbit. I have 7 music rotations, 7 Facebooks, 7 blogs, and 7 Instagrams, and talking on different spiritual topics on each and every one of them. Trust, there's a method to my madness. Anywho, if you were born on December 30th, happy solar return. May the ancestors, Orishas, Olotomade, bring you many, many more filled with Bobo Ire. And what does Bobo Ire mean? Many blessings. But that still doesn't mean I'm going to do a little bit of zodiac dry snitching on you. So if you were born on December 30th, you are studious, intellectual, cautious, discreet, and you have a keen and alert mind. Sounds like my kind of friend. You are considerate of others, you're shrewd, you're honest, you love travel and outdoor sports. Your home is dear to you, and your love is strong and ardent. Hmm, okay, all right. We are still in the first decan of Capricorn season. So until the first Capricorns, if you were born between the 22nd and the 1st, you are 100% Capricorn. Between the 1st and the 10th, you're half Taurus. Between the 11th and the 22nd, you're half Virgo. But those are the things we discuss more about in the exclusive orbit, huh? Ashe. Make sure that if you haven't already, visit my Fridaily blog, Honey, Love, and War Paint. The latest post is going to be the countdown of Ujamaa songs, songs that we hear all the time that can keep us aligned with the Kwanzaa principle of Ujamaa. In the Kemetic way of the stars, we are in the season of Isis until the 31st, and in the astrology system, the 12 figures of African spirituality, we are in the season of the harvest in the granary until January 3rd. Isn't it interesting how the zodiac house in the African system of astrology, we're in the season of the harvest in the granary, and the Kwanzaa principles are based on the first fruits of harvest, the African holiday. See, these are the little alignments that I love digging up so that the rest of the world can become more mystically aligned, should I say. We are still in the midst of 2 planetary retrogrades, Mercury and its higher octave Uranus. Mercury deals a lot with a shoe energy, the keeper of the crossroad. And if you are a Gemini or a Virgo, this retrograde will affect you more than the other 10 houses. We are in Mercury retrograde until January 1st, the Gregorian calendar New Year's Day. But personally, I don't celebrate New Year's until March 21st. Why? Because if you pay attention to the earth, if we pay attention to Mother Nature, if we pay attention to the planet we're all living off of, we would notice that she doesn't throw confetti until spring. So if we throwing confetti on New Year's, why don't we throw confetti when the earth throws confetti? I'm just saying. And the Gregorian calendar New Year makes no sense at all. Think about it. September is the seventh month, is the ninth month when sept means 7. October is the 10th month when oct means 8. November is the 11th month when nov means 9. That means January and February were added. But we'll talk about that later. But anyone that celebrates New Year's on January 1st, more power to you. Happy New Year's. Cool. But if you are Dealing with Mercury retrograde energy, expect some hiccups in technology unless you went and hollered at Ogun. Not a good time to start new relationships or contracts because Mercury is the planet of communication. So when communication is moving backwards, that's not a good time to start new things because communication wise, wires are bound to get crossed. And you can expect some travel delays because that's tied in with technology, and you can expect a lot of past relationships to come back to surface. Now, Venus retrograde deals a lot mainly with intimate relationships. Mercury retrograde brings everybody back around. Intimate partners, estranged family members, estranged friends you haven't heard from in a long time, and all of them don't come for bad reason. Some of these connections resurface because both parties have grown to a place where the energy is finally a match to move forward. Some energies come back into your life to just to show you how far you've grown. Some energies come back so that you can forgive them, find peace, but continue to move on without them. And some energies come back around just as a pop quiz for Mace U to make sure you don't need to learn the same lesson twice. You smell what I'm cooking? The higher octave of Mercury is Uranus, and Uranus is still in retrograde as well. But we may as well get comfortable here, babies, because we're going to be in Uranus's retrograde until January 27th of next year. And this is a strong retrograde in Uranus because she's retrograding, busting a moonwalk in her own strongest house, Aquarius. And Orisha wise, Uranus is the planet that vibrates much with my mother Orisha, or Yah, the aspect of God that deals with intuitions, shakeups, sudden changes, and radical movements. So if there are things going on in your world that's making you question what you believe, how you believe it, or how you go about demonstrating your connection with the divine, that is all a part of Uranus's retrograde. And it's there to challenge what you believe so that your relationship with the divine can become more connected and can become more organic. Because your relationship with the divine, the universe, God, Goddess, Allah, however you call that absolute, becomes its strongest when it's most natural to you. And sometimes things come about in our lives that challenge the traditions we've been told to practice because it's very, very dangerous to participate in traditions, rituals, any of those things just because someone told you to. If you are not clear on why you're practicing something, Uranus retrograde may be shaking things up to make you look at what you believe and tweak it so that it becomes more natural to you. If you were born under the zodiac sign of Aquarius, then this retrograde will affect you more than it will the other houses. I'm going to wet my whistle real quick, and when I come back, we're going to get to your tarot draw. And tonight, we're going to draw from my Fridaily deck, the Medicine Woman Healing deck. I'm Mayanta J. Muse, and this is radio for the road less traveled, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up. All this spiritual stuff, you need somebody to just make it plain. Are you trying to divinely align? Are you a starseed? Are you too busy building the kingdom, building the queendom to come for all the madness going on in the world today? Methods of emotional healing? Are you taking your first steps down your spiritual path? Want a more practical understanding of the Orisha? Do animals seem to communicate with you? Do you need to sort out some things about love? Do you see numbers? Spiritual signs? Need somebody to just make it plain? Does your love for esoteric wisdom coin you a student of life? Do you like wisdom in poetic bars? Are you ready to debunk the spookism behind ancestor veneration? Want to learn how to make medicine? Want to learn about different tools of divination? Tantric spiritual sex secrets? Ways to utilize each and every moon? Do you walk the road less traveled? Are you considered strange by society? Are you discovering your spiritual gifts? Do you want to taste the power of words through incantation? Do you want to get into some unorthodox Bible teachings? Do you dream often? Do you long to explore the secrets of the earth's endless mysteries? Do you study the stars? Do you need tips on building good character? Do you want to know more about how to interpret dreams? Do you love some good literature? Need somebody to just make it plain? Then indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. And indulge in the art. Indulge in the art. The art of spirituality in Iyansa J. Muse's Orbit. Iyansa J. Muse's Orbit is a monthly subscription service that features free and exclusive content dedicated to your versatile, well-rounded, deeper understanding of spirituality. It comes from all angles, teaches all kinds of lessons, and it cooks like a gumbo, a whole bunch of different spiritual ingredients and one spiritually flavorful soup. And let that soup feed your soul and enhance your highest spiritual life. It even features an opportunity to have a one-on-one counseling session with yours truly. So, don't get left behind. Get beamed up to the orbit. All proceeds go to 222.9 The Mothership, Mystic Internet Radio. Sign up for the 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio email list to stay in the exclusive loop of what's going on in the orbit. Ashe. In Iyansa J. Muse's Orbit. High-level spiritual wisdom. Fully flavored with no holds barred. Ori, the Poetic Incantation. Written by yours truly. I painted this a crown lavender for you. Listen. Ori, Ori, voice of the god, voice of the goddess, that slice of Olodumare in you, in me, the spirit, and all living things, Ibashe Iponri. It must be open, open to receive, the first womb in us all to conceive. Downloads. Obedience results in divine tales to be told, and a sight to behold you become. But the ego suffers marriage casualties, so don't run. Surrender, and life gets fun. So come, the sun awaits to caress your pineal. It gets real when your vision shifts. Your soul will sing Aretha riffs as your spiritual gifts get discovered. You'll love it, Ori. Ori. Ibashe Bonri, spirit of the consciousness where thoughts and experiences nest, rest, processed and harvest perception, the body, the spirit and soul's constant birth, death, and resurrection. Once erected, discern to protect it, become more selective. Humility keeps it open, open to correction, and you're a constant painted brush of imperfect perfection. Ori, Ori, the first mind. How 8th and 9th chakras connect to third eyes. And like owls, you'll grow wise. And the pigeons may despise, 'cause it may make you look pompous. But actually it's your compass. Through labyrinths, turn new neural pathways that irrigate your own ways of genius. Live and love the god and goddess embodiment and mean it. Ori. Ori. That light switched on from within, see. Those who seek union with their spiritual double tend to steer around troubles more fluently. Instinct creates distinction between intelligence and imbalanced thinking, and more easily visible are tricksters that come with booty shaking and eyes winking. Choices and actions switch the tonics you're drinking, and you're tasting the sweetness of molasses divine living, and you just shivered if this resonates. So birth the seeds that all your divine mind incubates. Shift the math. Shift the math, shift the math, then recalculate a new totality, Ori Onire, that higher reality. Ori, Ori, Olodumare in you and in me. Assisted by the Orishas, speaking through mounted street preachers, forces of our natures, then life becomes a teacher, with blessings in tow for those who keep reaching, to beseech thee, highest you, the highest me. Raise the vibration and the world beams up collectively, so let's just be aligned with Impori, Iponri, Ori, Ori, the lock and the key. Iyansa J. Muse, moon waxing in Scorpio. Ashe.
From Headdress First, an overview and workbook for your Ori. The Art of Spirituality, Volume 1, written and produced by Ayansa J.T. Mused. Available now. See the link in my profile. Oh, and beam up to 222.9, the Mothership on Sundays at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time to hear excerpts of this book infused with contemporary gospel and a smooth jazz groove, all in veneration to the King of the Orisha, Obatala. Ashe.
And we're back. So, those of you that are watching from my Instagram or listening over the Mothership airwaves, you can see the video of this reading either on YouTube or on my Fridaily spot. Honey, Love, and War Paint. And we got 2 arrows shooting on tonight's tarot. We have the exemplar of the arrows and the 8 of the arrows. Now, the first one that shot out was the exemplar, and this is the card of the master storyteller. So many of you have graduated into a higher level of being, a higher level of teaching. Many of you have learned a lot. You've been a hard knock. You've been a student in the ways of life. And now, with the 8 of arrows, as you can see, it's time to pass down the wisdom. And in passing down the wisdom, you empty your cup and prepare yourself for higher experiences. So this is a really good reading. And with this coming with the energy of Osun shifting into Eshu, the energy here is speaking well. As we bring this year to a close, it's time to recap all the lessons you learned. Stop letting people tell you that you're just a baby or that you don't know enough, because the truth is as long as we walking around in these human meat suits, we're never going to know everything. But this message is coming to teach you that it's time to pass down what you got. Because once you pass down what you got, you're doing your part to nourish the generation behind you, as well as empty your cup to learn new things. And that's my quick tarot read, real quick. And should you need a personal reading, I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the comments section where you can book a private session with either tarot, numerology, astrology. I have an array of different ways to help you align with your highest path. I am Mayanta J. Muse, and this is your 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. Mystic Forecast on radio for the road less traveled. Your one-woman station, 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up.
Habari Gani. Nia. Purpose. So why not make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community order in order to restore our people to our traditional greatness? Sounds like an amazing idea to me, especially when you keep this principle in orbit year-round. Happy Kwanzaa from 222.9, the Mothership. Beam up.
And we are back. So, before I wrap this forecast, I gotta share a page with you out of my book, 7th published, Kwanzaa in Orbit, Kwanzaa Beamed Up, and it's 222 pages of Kwanzaa good stuff that you can use year round. So, yes, I will be pushing this book all the way through Kwanzaa 2024, because this is an actual workbook that you can use with the Kwanzaa principles to align with your spiritual growth year round. And since this year, the Kwanzaa principle of Nia came on Eshu Saturday, I'm going to read you a piece of the Nia chapter. So let's see. Nia, purpose. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Well, let me skip to the page I really like. Yes. Aligning with yourself and your divine purpose first will create an energetic space for alliances of like mind. Take a look at the things that you give your energy to. Are they aligned with your divine purpose? If you are not yet sure of your divine purpose, then now is a good time to gain a deeper clarity on the reason why you even came to Earth. And in doing this, even the darkest parts of ourselves can be put to divine use. Sounds like testimony to me. This isn't just for you, it is also for the generations behind you to come. We are to see the divine purpose in all things we do and avoid things proven to be a distraction. Because gaining knowledge and wisdom is only half of the collective work. We are responsible for what we do with the wisdom that we acquire. Ashe. And with the Pensight link in the comments section, you can order the paperback version of this book on Amazon. It's also available in ebook format, and it is also available in audiobook format, all in that one Pensight link. And that's about it for this forecast, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope you gained some things to help you align and get through your Saturday in a more divine and spiritually aware way. If you are listening at the 9 o'clock hour, stay tuned because when the clock strikes 10, the rotation is going to move to my Friday nightly vision of what love looks like. Something like a quiet storm on magic mushrooms. But before we get to that, I feel like funking for Jamaica, so I'm going to turn that up real quick. If you're listening at 6 a.m., then stay tuned for the Rising Bembe to Eshu before we get into classic hip hop all day long. Either way, remember that the sky is big enough for us all to be stars. And in the words of George Clinton, free your mind, your ass will follow. This is 222.9 The Mothership, internet radio for the road less traveled. And yes, this is a one woman radio station. Beam up. You know what makes orbits so fascinating? They move very, very fast, yet appear to be moving very slow. Actually, orbits do both simultaneously. 222.9 The Mothership Internet Radio is a 24/7 orbit rotation of old school grooves, planetary funk, and mystic teaching. Here's what's going on today in the Mothership's orbit.